Hey Time Twist Hub fans, picture yourself on a foggy hill in southern England, the morning of October 14th, 1066. The air is thick with the clatter of shields and the shouts of warriors. This is the Battle of Hastings, a single day that changed England forever. On one side, you've got Harold Godwin's son, the newly crowned English king, standing firm with his battle-hardened Saxons. On the other, William of Normandy, a ruthless noble with everything to prove, leading an army of Normans hungry for a throne. This isn't just a fight, it's a clash of destinies, a bloody gamble for England's crown. Buckle up, because we're diving into why the Battle of Hastings is one of history's most epic showdowns, and why it still gives us goosebumps today. Let's rewind to set the stage. It's 1066, and England's throne is a hot mess. King Edward the Confessor dies in January without an heir, sparking a royal free-for-all. Harold Godwin's son, a powerful English earl, gets crowned king, claiming Edward named him successor. But across the English Channel, William, Duke of Normandy, is fuming. He says Edward promised him the throne years ago, and Harold even swore an oath to back him up. To make things crazier, there's a third contender, Harald Hardrada, the Viking king of Norway, who claims the throne through old Scandinavian ties. It's like a medieval Game of Thrones, with three alpha warlords ready to throw down. Who's got the best claim? Doesn't matter. Only the one who can hold the crown gets to wear it. Harold's year is already a nightmare. Just weeks before Hastings, he's up north in York, smashing a Viking invasion led by Hardrada at the Battle of Stamford Bridge. It's a banger of a win. Hardrada's dead, the Vikings are done, but Harold's army is battered, and he's 250 miles from the south coast. Then, like a punch to the gut, he gets word. William's landed in Sussex with 7,000 Normans, ready to take what's his. Harold doesn't blink. He marches his exhausted Saxons south at lightning speed, covering 250 miles in 9 days. That's like running a marathon every day with armor and axes. This guy's got grit, but is it enough? Now, let's zoom in on the battlefield, Senlac Hill, near Hastings. Harold picks a killer spot, planting his army on a ridge about 7 miles inland. His 7,000 Saxons form a shield wall, a human fortress of interlocking shields, bristling with spears and battle axes. Picture a Viking longship's crew, but on land, ready to hold the line. Harold's plan is simple: stand firm, let the Normans crash against his wall like waves on a cliff, and wear them out. It's a solid strategy, especially since his men are fighting for their homeland. William, though, is no rookie. He's got 7,000 men, knights, archers, and infantry, plus a knack for outsmarting his enemies. His army is a mix of Norman heavy cavalry, like medieval tanks, and disciplined foot soldiers. William's got one big advantage: mobility. But he's also got a problem. Senlac Hill is a natural fortress, and Harold's shield wall looks unbreakable. William needs to crack it, or his dream of being king dies on that hill. The stakes? If he loses, he's stranded in enemy territory. If Harold loses, England falls to a foreign conqueror. No pressure, right? The battle kicks off at 9 a.m. with a hail of Norman arrows. Imagine thousands of shafts whistling through the fog, raining down on the Saxon shield wall. The Saxons hunker down, their shields like a giant umbrella, deflecting most of the barrage. Strike one for Harold. Then William sends his infantry charging up the hill, swords and spears clashing against the Saxon line. It's chaos, metal on metal, men screaming, blood soaking the grass. The Saxons hold firm, their axes chopping through Norman armor like lumberjacks felling trees. The Normans fall back, battered. Strike two for Harold. Here's where William shows why he's called the Conqueror. He unleashes his knights, armored cavalry charging on horseback, a terrifying sight for any 11th century army. But the hill is steep, and the shield wall doesn't budge. The knights crash into the Saxon line, only to be repelled by a wall of steel and muscle. Some Normans start to panic, and a rumor spreads: William's been killed. His army wavers, on the brink of collapse. This is Harold's moment. If he pushes now, he could crush them. But William's not dead. He rips off his helmet, shouting, "I'm alive," and rallies his men. That's the kind of clutch move that makes legends. Now comes the game changer. William notices some Saxons breaking ranks to chase retreating Normans down the hill. Big mistake. He orders a fake retreat, a tactic straight out of a heist movie. His knights pretend to flee, luring more Saxons off the ridge. The shield wall thins, and William pounces. His cavalry wheels around, cutting down the exposed Saxons like a lawnmower through grass. This happens again and again, each fake retreat weakening Harold's line. It's like William's playing chess while Harold's stuck playing checkers. By late afternoon, the Saxon shield wall is crumbling. William ramps up the pressure, ordering his archers to fire high, arcing arrows over the shields. One arrow, legend says, strikes Harold in the eye, though some historians debate if it was an arrow or a sword that took him down. Either way, Harold falls, and with him, Saxon morale. The shield wall collapses, and William's knights charge through, slaughtering the remaining Saxons. By dusk, the field is a graveyard, littered with thousands of dead. William stands victorious, his path to the throne clear. Let's talk aftermath, because Hastings wasn't just a battle, it was a revolution. William marches to London, crushing resistance along the way. On Christmas Day 1066, he's crowned King of England in Westminster Abbey, kicking off the Norman conquest. England changes forever. French becomes the language of the elite, castles sprout like mushrooms, and the feudal system reshapes society. The Doomsday Book, William's epic census, records every inch of his new kingdom. It's like the Normans hit Control plus Alt plus Delete on Anglo-Saxon England. But what about the losers? The Saxons didn't go quietly. Rebels like Hereward the Wake fought on, and legends of resistance, like Robin Hood, sprang up. Harold's family fled, some say to Ireland, others to Denmark, dreaming of reclaiming the crown. They never did. William's grip was ironclad, and his dynasty ruled England for centuries. Why does Hastings matter today? It's not just a dusty history lesson. It's the moment England became a global player. The Norman conquest fused Anglo-Saxon and French cultures, laying the roots of modern English law, language, and identity. Words like castle, court, and justice? Thank the Normans. The Magna Carta, Parliament, even the British monarchy's obsession with fancy titles, all trace back to William's big win in 1066. Let's get real for a second. Hastings is about more than swords and shields. It's about seizing your shot. William was an outsider, mocked as the bastard for his illegitimate birth, yet he gambled everything and won a kingdom. Harold fought with heart, but made one fatal mistake, losing discipline. What's your Hastings moment? That time you went all in or wished you'd held the line? This battle's a reminder that history turns on courage, strategy, and sometimes a bit of luck. Here's a mind-blowing what-if. If Harold had won, England might have stayed Anglo-Saxon, more tied to Scandinavia than Europe. No Norman castles, no French influence, maybe no British Empire as we know it. One day, one arrow rewrote the world. That's the power of Hastings. Before we close, let's honor the unsung heroes. The Saxon housecarls, swinging axes till their last breath. The Norman knights, charging up that brutal hill. Even the women, like Edith Swan Neck, who legend says identified Harold's body on the battlefield. These were real people, not just names in a book, fighting for their future. So, why is the Battle of Hastings still epic? It's a story of ambition, betrayal, and a single day that shaped a nation. William didn't just conquer England. He built a legacy that echoes in every castle, courtroom, and English word we speak. This is history that slaps, and it's why we can't stop talking about 1066. If you're pumped about this epic clash, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for more history that hits like a Norman cavalry charge. Drop a comment. Would you stand with Harold's shield wall or ride with William's knights? And check out our video on the Viking invasions for the prequel to this saga. Thanks for watching, and let's keep history alive.